I recently saw an interesting post, and I actually have been seeing this quite a bit, in the times that we live in, these tumultuous, expensive, high inflation times, right? There's all these videos and posts coming out, especially on social media, because that's where everything blows up at. But the idea that our grandparents in the 60s and the 70s and whatnot, the way that they lived, that original nuclear family where they mom stayed home, dad worked, he was able to afford a house and a car, and they were able to put food on the table and pay their bills and go on vacation and whatnot. And the media and the world will have you believe that doesn't exist anymore, but I'll tell you what, it does. It does, and I'm living proof of its existence, because I've been doing it. I've been together with my wife for 30 years, right? This year will mark 30 years. My daughter just turned 28 or 29. Anyway, so almost 31 years that we've been together. And I have been doing that from day one. And I've fucking stumbled through it constantly, it's not always been easy. But again, I don't think anything in life that's worth it is supposed to be easy, honestly, But the key, the secret, because here it is, here's the secret to success. And mind you, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, because, this is a relatively new venture for me in my life, within the last decade, of course. The answer to that is simply this: entrepreneurship. Own your own shit. Own your own business. Be your own boss. Everything that you do on a daily basis should reflect your bottom line and your family's bottom line. You want your wife to be a stay-at-home? I'm not saying that women shouldn't be able to work. Of course, if you want to work, if that's your passion, that's the thing you want to do, then by all means do it. But can a man make a living and make an income? I'll tell you, I think most blue-collar workers today in the world, or at least in America for that matter, right, are living this exact life. Granted, a lot of them, their wives work, but not per se out of necessity, more so out of boredom and and whatnot, because blue-collar work is where it's at, Go ahead and watch AI try to replace an electrician, or replace a carpenter, or replace a granite installer, or a tiler for that matter. And you ain't gonna see it, Great. Yes, agreed. All the coders and whatnot are gonna get taken out. Those kind of things will be done. But as far as blue collar goes, and what I do on a daily basis, this shit ain't going nowhere. You want to have a nuclear family? Start your own business. Thanks.